Hello students, good morning everybody. So today's lecture we are taking on anatomy in which topic is neurons and neuroglial cells. So what do you mean by neuroglial cells or what are the neuroglial cells? So we can say neuroglial cells are specialized cells which remains in the brains and it fill up the space and provide structural framework to the brain and it produce myelin, okay, and it is carrying the phagocytic functions, and we can say these are essential neuron, and we can say it is specialized cells which perform roles for the neuron to ensure their survival. So there are four types of neuroglial cells. So in the CNS or central nervous system, these cells greatly outnumber neurons. So different four types of cells are there, which are occupying different function, and each and every one is performing differently. So first one is astrocyte, second one is ependymal cell, third one is microglial cells, that is known as microglia, and fourth one is oligodendrocytes. So first type of neuroglial cell is astrocyte, and if you will look this cell now, it will looks like a star as it is having different projection. Okay, so this name is due to its looks. It having its a central point or central cell body which is surrounded by a several cytoplasmic projection, and it is typically found in the brain. The cell usually sits between a blood capillary and a neuron of the brain, and it functions as a blood-brain barrier. And apart from this, what is the main function of astrocyte? It regulates flow of iron, sugars, oxygen and carbon dioxide into and out of your neurons, and it prevents toxin and poison from entering brain neuron. So here you can say in this diagram, this is a picture of astrocyte, and there are multiple projection which gives it appearance like a star, and in between there is a central point that is known as cell body. Next one is second type of neuroglial cells, which is ependymal cell. So it usually cube shape. It forms the lining of brain's ventricle and the spinal columns. Central canal, it produces cerebrospinal fluid. It clear liquid that fills internal cavities in the brain and spinal cord. It protects the brain and spinal cord both mechanically and immunologically. Ependymal cells have cilia to help in circulation of cerebrospinal fluid. So here you can say the pic of ependymal cell, how it looks. This is the structure of ependymal cell in which this sea green color small pic that is known as microglia. Okay, so generally we are learning neuron, and this there is presence of microglia. You can see color wise you can differentiate. Then this greenish which is having different projection, this is a astrocyte, and this red one is the capillary, and in the last if you will see this pinkish lining which is the look like epithelium, so it is known as ependymal cell, where it is having in the outermost portion, that is the ventricle of brain. And in left side you can see oligodendrocyte that we learned in next slides, and myelinated axon. So myelinated axon, in the sense this is the covering, myelination means covering of the axons, and this is myelin sheath. Here you can say brain ventricles. So brain are having ventricles which allows CSF, cerebrospinal fluid, to run inside that area. Third type is microglial cells. So these cells are the smallest of neuroglial cells. It able to migrate around the CNS, and it support neurons by phagocytizing and bacterial cells and dead cell debris. So generally what is the function of microglial cells? They have phagocytic function and they keeps removing debris and dead cells. Fourth type of neuroglial cells is oligodendrocytes. So oligodendrocytes occurs in rows along with the nerve fiber. They provide insulating layers of myelin around axons within the brain and spinal cord. Myelin helps to speed up the transmission of electrical signals in the neuron. In this slide, you can see the diagram of oligodendrocyte. Generally, this is normally a diagram of neuroglial cells, which is representing all four types of neuroglial cells altogether. So, microglial cells is there. You can see astrocyte is there, ependymal cell is there, and there is the in the last, if you will see at the inferior side, there is a sky blue in color. So that particular cavity is a ventricle of brain, where is the presence of central cerebral spinal fluid, we can say. And this diagram greenish in color, you can see this is the axon. In between, if you will see a circle, which is axon, and it is have a covering, that greenish covering. That covering or that sheath is known as myelin sheath. And just above that, you can see oligodendrocyte. Oligodendrocyte is present at the covering of the myelin sheath. And here in the last, you can see neuron, dendrites, and nodes of Ranvier. So nodes of Ranvier is the gap between the myelin sheath, which is covering the axon. So in today's class, we have learned neuroglial cells and four types of neuroglial cells, their appearance, their presence in the brain, and their different function. Hope this class will be useful to you, and you will be clear with the content. For reference, you can follow this link. So these three links, you will be getting the content. Thank you all.